Hey, it's Jen, Bitch in a Hurry, Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for Sun, Moon, or Rising sign of Aries for January 15th through the 30th of 2019. You can find me on Instagram at Bitch in a Hurry or at bitchinahurry.com. Everything is in the description, so feel free to contact me there or send me an email, notsomysticaltarot@gmail.com. I would like to say quickly thank you to everyone who has ordered readings and given me great feedback and referred me to your family and friends. I appreciate it more than you know. I'm having a great time getting to know everybody. So let's get started, Aries. These last couple weeks of January, the second half of January, there's two distinct cycles that you're having. One in your practical life and one in your emotional life. It's very interesting. So here you start out with the Five of Pentacles, which can sometimes be a card of like a feeling of like being left out in the cold, sort of lost, sad. In the traditional tarot decks, you will see a church, like a stained glass window up here, and then somebody like out in the snow, and all they would have to do would be to go into the church to get warm. Well, here you have this person in this beautiful garden, and there's this butterfly right in front of them. There's this beautiful foliage beneath them, and they're got their head right. Can you see? They've got their head down, and they're miserable, and they can't. If they would just pick their head up, they would be able to see all this beauty that's around them. So you may be feeling a little bit like, self-focused. Why did this happen to me? Some sort of setback, maybe. Maybe you've been working really hard on some things, and you're feeling like, what the heck, like nobody's noticing me, nobody cares. I'm doing all this stuff, I'm doing the work, and nobody cares. Well, I want to encourage you, because the next card you have is the Six of Pentacles. So you've gone from the 5 to the 6, and here you go. I promise you, if you just keep working, don't get into this like pity party state of mind here, this like woe is me thing. Get yourself out of that. You may be there for a minute. Feel that, move on, because as you go forward, you go to the 6, okay? And look at this person up here. They're like doing the work, like, I don't really see anything happening, but I'm going to keep doing this work. And you see all these pentacles raining down. They don't see this, that right here, there's something starting to grow. Something is happening. You don't see it yet, and that's okay, but I know it's discouraging, and I think that's why you're discouraged, because you're doing all the work. You're like, I'm putting in the time and effort, and I don't see anything. Why don't I see anything? Well, because sometimes things are just kind of growing beneath the surface. Sometimes we don't see everything that's happening. Just know there is something. The seed has been planted. Things are starting to grow. Things are starting to happen. So please don't be discouraged, Aries. Keep on working. Keep on doing what you're doing. Now, on the other side of this, you have some emotional stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff coming in, and you have the Seven of Cups here. The Seven of Cups is, you can see, she's looking up here, he's looking at a map. There's cups all over the place. It's emotional overload, disorganization, not knowing which way to turn. So much stimuli coming in that you can't process it. And this just happens, okay? Sometimes we just have, I want to say like radio static, when you try to tune in a station and you get part of one and part of another, you can't decipher either one. It's that kind of feeling, like it's just a lot coming at you. It can also be the option for a lot of different feelings for you to like entertain and feel. So try to find a positive spin on it. Just like here, you have the butterfly. If the person would just pick their head up, they'd see this beautiful butterfly, and they would see the beautiful garden that they're in. Same sort of thing, because then the next thing you have is this little plant that's growing, right? So here you got a lot of emotional input, a lot of stuff like swirling around. But you know what? That gives you a choice, doesn't it? When you have all the input, you have one thing that's important, and that's a choice. And you know what your choice is? Look at that progression from the Seven of Cups to the Queen. You have the choice to be fully in your own spirit, to be fully doing what makes you happy. So when all this different stuff comes in, instead of being overwhelmed by it and totally freaked out by the level of input and emotion and things like that, when that comes in, take a look at all the different stimuli coming at you and pick up those cups that you want. You don't have to pick up all of these cups here and try to carry them around. Pick up the ones that you want and go here. Go to where you're happiest. Go to where you feel emotionally fulfilled, because that's what's on the menu for you. So when this stuff comes in, don't look at it as like, I am so overwhelmed I could just scream. If one more person wants to talk to me, see me, go out with me, take me to lunch, want me to be somewhere, I'm just going to lose my mind. Instead, go, you know what? I'm really lucky to have attracted all of these different options for involvement. I'm going to choose these couple things that make me really, really happy. So there you go, okay? Now I want to point you in the direction of the clarifying cards. You have the King of Pentacles. So you had this pentacle stuff going on here, right? Where you said, boo-hoo, I'm really, really sad. I'm doing all this work and nothing is happening. And then you progress all the way to the King. There's no one more rooted down, more powerful than the King of Pentacles, more stable, and this is in your practical everyday life. So whatever this stuff is that in the beginning, of this time period, which is like January 15th to the 30th, so in the very middle of the month, wherever you're feeling like, I am not making any progress here, I do not know why this is happening, I'm working so hard, know that it's coming. This is what is lying in wait for you, is the fullness and fruition of what you really want. Now, you also have the Ace of Wands, and this is, like I said here, keep on working. Don't be a victim to inactivity, it's not happening for me. No one's just come and knocked on my door and given me what I need. It's not fair. I'm wanting it. I'm putting it into the universe. Why isn't it showing up? It's not showing up because you have to get off your butt and keep going after it. Even when you feel like this, you've got to keep going after it. And when you do, you will absolutely reap the rewards. Now, there is one other underlying energy that I see here for you, and this is, you have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't get back to sleep and your brain just, bang, turns right on, right? And all you're doing is perseverating over the same things, thinking in like a circular fashion, and you can't get back to sleep. That is from two things. From here, this woe is me, this isn't fair, which is negative thinking. It has no place in your life because you can't do anything with this. Nothing comes of this except for the same old, and being overwhelmed. So when all that stuff comes in and starts to flood your mind, try to focus on the good things, focus on what makes you happy. Sorry about that. Still getting over the flu. Had to pause to cough. Focus on those things that bring you joy, make you happy. Dial it back a little bit. It's easy to start to spiral when this stuff happens, when you wake up in the night and you start into that cycle. It's easy to spiral, but you want to head toward emotional fulfillment. And I want to point this out to the little turtles down here. This reminds us we don't have to go charging toward this. Take it slow. And when this stuff happens in the night, this worry and anguish that doesn't get you anywhere, remember, slow down, take it easy. The path to that emotional fulfillment is a path of calmness, not a path of frenzied, manic, worried energy, okay? That is really important. I can't wait to hear how you guys are doing this month and all that you're going to accomplish. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching.